What's up? All right, y'all. So, I want to start talking about alchemy with you guys, and I really want to start introducing some newer concepts because, even though we don't have, I have a lot of videos on this channel about like chakras and crystals and just like different, like super basic, easy stuff. But now I really want to start talking about more advanced topics with you guys and just talking about like things that we should start to do as a collective in order to move towards, excuse me, in order to move towards becoming better people. Okay, so one of them is alchemy. So alchemy is something that I have been studying. I don't want to say studying, but it's something I've just been like reading on and just, I just been like flirting with the topic. Okay, I've been flirting with the topic of alchemy, and I'm not gonna make this video long because it is like dark here and I'm gonna be losing daylight soon, clearly, but it's just something I just wanted to throw out there. And the title, of course, is Learn Alchemy, Live Like a Queen, and also Live Like a King, because I am a queen. I can only speak to my queens theoretically, but also if you use these specific things that I'm going to talk about, then you can live like a king. Okay, and what I mean by living like a king and living like a queen, or living like royalty, which it really just comes down to living your best life, living the life that you deserve, living the life that you have been put on this earth to live. Okay, so let's talk about this, because as we know, we weren't implanted here in this matrix to like scrape, to struggle, to be mad, to be sad, to be depressed, to be abused. None of these things were supposed to happen. These weren't intentions. Like when you were created, from the particles of stardust, okay, the galactic, your galactic parents, however you want to look at it, they did not say, oh, I want my baby to suffer in the third dimension. Oh, I want my baby to get raped. Oh, I want my baby to get molested. Oh, I want my baby to struggle. Like these, the frequencies, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, it just happened because of obviously the distortion in the matrix. Okay, and so it's just something that we have to live with. But mastering yourself, mastering your makeup, mastering your DNA, and becoming the master of your thoughts, okay, that will lead you to becoming a master of your universe. Once you create your own universe, you then basically master yourself. The hardest thing to do in this realm is to face yourself. I was literally just talking to one of my people, one of my girls, okay, one of my tribe members, about facing yourself. Religion doesn't teach us to face ourselves, all right? All it does is it teaches us to act someone outside of who we are, which is Jesus Christ, God, Allah, whoever, outside of who you are. The way, okay? We don't pray to our ancestors. We don't hold our ancestors in that regards. We work with our ancestors, okay? We're parallel to them, all right, if not above, because they're no longer living. So therefore we use our ancestors as assistants. So for those that think, oh, you guys worship deities and you worship your ancestors, no, motherfucker, we don't pray or like bow to anything but ourselves, to our inner selves, who we are as a cosmic makeup being, a cosmic being. That's who I now like bow down to. I bow down to myself, okay? So facing ourselves is something that people find very, 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 very difficult to do, because a lot of people are afraid to sit in that energy, to sit in that depression, to sit in that sadness, to sit in that feeling of not having, that feeling of lack, right? We sit in that. But if you will understand and just hear me out on the term alchemy, becoming an alchemist, okay? Science, right? Scientific being, because essentially we are science. Essentially, being from the cosmos, speaking in a general terminology, astrology is something that would be considered to be more scientific, all right? It's not religious, because religion says that astrology is the devil. But religion doesn't want you to face yourselves, because when you face yourself, you become more powerful. When you face yourself, you become a powerful cosmic being that can create anything that they so desire by just a thought in their mind. All right? Tesla was on the way to creating his own dimension, his own universe, but they killed him, you know? Because he knew something the knowledge that he had was far greater than any knowledge that anyone could ever have thought of. And that's what I'm saying that we should do for ourselves, right? Mastering alchemy, mastering our own DNA makeup, mastering who we are at the alchemic level, at the chemical level. Chemical level meaning at the level of your electricity, your water, who you are through the ethers, through the cosmos, right? How do you master yourself? You have to get in tune with your emotions, your wants, your likes, your dislikes, your loves, the things that you're afraid of, your childhood memories, your past life memories. All of these things is what you should get in I don't want to say get in contact with, but you need to reestablish a relationship with who you are. Once I learned, I don't even want to say once I learned about alchemy, but once I got back in touch with my childhood, once I got back in touch with who I was, who I am, originally, before anything had ever, like any religion, any like education, anything that anyone ever told me, I completely wiped that away. Once I got in touch with my inner child, and the child that is naive, that doesn't know anything, that's imagining things, that's dreaming things, this is what you have to get in contact with. That's what you have to reestablish a relationship with in order to really, really, really get in tune with becoming royalty, living royalty. If y'all look, most rich people don't give a fuck about the crying sheep, don't give a fuck about the peanut gallery, right? Most people that, and I mean all, really, most people that become rich, become billionaires, become millionaires, right? They have a one-track mind, right? They have a one-track mind, and it's really about mastering self. A lot of them talk about mastering self, right? Becoming motivated, actually getting out there and the things that they want for themselves. And that doesn't mean that they're selfish, all right? I have a video that I'm about to do entitled, Are You Spiritually Selfish? But this is more about your self journey, right? Alchemy is about changing the way you think, the way you move, who you are genetically. That is what alchemy is. It is completely changing everything that you've been taught before you actually woke up spiritually, okay? If you look back to like scientists who, you know, again, who studied alchemy, who created like, you know, different concepts out of alchemy, a lot of them didn't work for themselves or didn't work for other people. A lot of them worked for themselves. A lot of you guys are creatively blocked because you're working for somebody else. A lot of you guys are stagnant because you're doing things for other people. That will help you to level up, all right? I don't mean showing support or, you know, being supportive or what have you. I'm talking about things that are going to allow you to level up and become a better person, to get to where, but also get to overall what you want in life, all right? Where you want to be. You have to alchemically change your DNA. Waking up just isn't about learning the knowledge. It's about actually fucking doing the work to change. It's actually doing the work to become someone different. And even when you do like alchemy changing, you may even look different, you may sound different, I don't want to say you're going to act different, but you're going to fine tune yourself. You're going to become a much better source of energy. All right? You're going to become a much better source of energy. So I would definitely say, for those that don't know anything about alchemy, don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about right now, don't even know anything about changing their DNA, because in order to think differently, in order to reprogram your mind, you have to realign your DNA. It's the only way. Okay, so I would definitely get the book Alchemy for Dummies. I would get the book just get any books about alchemists. You can look up The Alchemist. I know that's the title, The Alchemist. You can also look up, again, Alchemy for Dummies. All right. And that's going to give you just a broad, very cookie cutter aspect on what it means to change your DNA, what it means to alchemically change the way you are. You can, once you master alchemy, you can literally create your own universe by just the way you think, by just the way you manifest. Really, alchemy will help assist you and help you with manifestation. All right. What's up, chocolate? If you're able, not even if, but when you're able to manifest whatever in your mind it is, like let's say you are thinking about a new car and literally a week later you have a new car, right? In the midst of that week, some of us who haven't changed our alchemy, some of us who haven't changed the way we think and the way we move and the way we act and the way we respond, okay? Because alchemy is also about the way you respond to the energies that come to you, okay? So your response, are you emotionally driven? Do you think without logic? Do you think irrationally? That will also affect your DNA chemical makeup. You know what I mean? Your alchemy, the way your body is, the way your soul, the way the liquid is formulated in your body, the frequency and how it just absorbs, like all of that shit. Like how, like it's so much more to awakening than just the knowledge or black power, or oh my God, support black businesses. There's so much more. There's levels to the shift. Okay, some of y'all are still angry. Okay, let's talk about this. Some of y'all are still angry, and this may be above your head, and that's okay. Why? Because there's levels to the shift. You have to go through the anger first before you can get to the other side of now no longer being angry at, racism or oppression. There's so many more steps for you to go through before you can get to the other side of the spiritual fence. I've been through that. I've been through the anger. I've been through the trying to wake everybody up that's around me. I've given up on that shit because the message will reach those who need to be reached. I'm no longer going to be angry about racism because I know that it will lower my vibration, okay? I also know that this is nothing but trickery, that we have to stay in a certain frequency in order to see the results come back to us in the same frequency. You put things out a certain way, they're going to come back the same way you put them out. It happens like that all the time. My point is that I really want y'all to understand that in order to master this realm, you have to master yourself. All right. Not only do you have to master your physical body, but you also have to master the mental, the spiritual body as well. The physical is the physical, right? But your soul, your mentality, your makeup, your alchemic makeup is what is going to ascend higher. Your body will always be here. People say, oh, ascension. Ascension is about what's here, what's in the body, what's what's chemically in the body. That's what ascends. Your physical body does not ascend. So please be aware of that when you are ascending, when you're thinking about going through your chakras, it's not physical. Nothing will be seen. You could be talking to the same person you talked to 20 years. All they're going to tell you is, oh my God, you're glowing. Oh my God, you're glowing. Oh my God, you sound more intelligent. You sound like you've been studying some things. What have you been studying? What have you been looking into? Like that is what ascension is. It isn't a physicality. Yes, your clothes may change because you might be wearing, I don't know, you might look more bohemian, more ethnic, more spiritual. You may do that. I went through that phase. All right. I went through that phase of head wraps and, all these things, but I realized that wasn't me. That's not who I am. And I still do my head wraps and I still dress, bohemian like every now and again, but the whole African attire and stuff like that, like I went through that phase. That's not who I am. I'm more of the diva, and that's good because now I can speak to those who have the same frequency as me. You see what I'm saying? Who like the lashes, who like the makeup, who like the hair, who like the dress up. I can reach those. I can reach a different genre of people. So, you're right. It's not necessary to. You said it's not necessary to level up? Hope you mean it is necessary to level up. But it's not necessary to, you don't have to wear the garb, so to say. You don't have to wear the African garb and the crystals and shit. Like you don't have to do, right, exactly, right. I figured that's what you meant. Like, you don't have to dress a certain way to be something. You might as well just say you're religious again, A lot of us are still thinking with religious mindsets. You want to claim that you woke, but your ass is still rubbing your eyes trying to get the coal out your eyes. Being woke doesn't mean that you wear crystals and that you wear copper bras and, that you wear your natural hair. Like, let's not get it twisted. You got people that are out here with their natural hair and with copper, and them motherfuckers still living a life of savagery. The motherfuckers still haven't mastered themselves. So please don't think that you have to look a certain way or be a certain way in order to stroke the egos of those who are spiritual, because they will do that, because spiritual people are still operating in their ego. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. Don't think that just because someone's spiritual means that they're this holier than thou person that, they can do nothing wrong. Like, it's just like Christians. It's just like preachers who, preach the gospel every Sunday, but you can find them at your local bar on Thursday. Like, let's not get it twisted, all right? This is still 3D. We're still 3D. But what is the important part of ascending and becoming a better person, physically, spiritually, mentally, and alchemically, is your mindset. How have you been able to manifest within the universe that you are in? All right. I was just telling, again, my tribe, that, hold on, y'all. That, I literally jump timelines. I used to get deja vu all the time. And that's because, like, anytime you get deja vu, it means you've done this before. You've done this in this timeline before, and it needs to be, the cycles need to end. In order to end deja vu, you have to end cycles. Okay, deja vu is nothing but cycles. It's nothing but a repeated action, repeated scene, repeated gestures, whatever, within the same dimension. So basically, you haven't learned a lesson. If that keeps happening to you, then you need to start really looking at what lessons I need to learn within this 3D realm, or what lessons do I need to learn within the situation. But anyway, like I was saying, so I literally would get deja vu all the time. Okay, I haven't had deja vu and goodness knows how long, because I literally have jumped timelines by alchemically changing the way I think, the way I perceive, the way I ingest, and the way I project, okay? Jumping timelines is so important. I talked to you guys about quantum physics, okay? Look that up, quantum physics. And that is another way to alchemically change your life, by jumping timelines, by getting from one set of, I guess, divine, it's a set of divine interventions, all right? It's to divinely intervene your life in order to put you on the track of your path, all right? If I would have stayed, for example, if I would have stayed in Charlotte, North Carolina, if I would have never left, if I would have stayed in Charlotte, North Carolina, even after I got laid off, and I would have stayed with my daughter's father in this house, I would have kept continuing to go to church and all these things, like, y'all wouldn't know anything about me. You wouldn't have known who I was, let alone, like, I would have never reconnected with stones. I remember years ago when I was like maybe 11 or 12, I remember specifically in my mind purchasing from some store pyrite and oh my gosh, and the the colorful pyrite. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but starts with a P, I think. Whatever. Anyways, so I remember purchasing those stones from the store and being so intrigued by how beautiful it was. Pyrite, y'all. Come on now. Come on, somebody. Come on, spirit. And like, just connecting back with those childhood memories just makes me realize how connected I was even before I knew that I was connected. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of us have already been there and done that. Like, I know that my connection with Bass runs so deep. I've had this cat tattoo for over 10 years, okay? I've always been connected to cats. I've always loved cats, all right? Always loved cats. I always loved tigers. I wanted to get some tiger paws like how Eve has on her breast, but I was like, nah, that's a little ghetto. I'm not with that. The tiger paws on the leg. Like, I was like, nah, I'm not one of them chicks. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't do that. But just, if you have to look back on your life and see the connections that you have, once you really start to like meditate and go within yourself, to really ask spirit like to guide you through your life and find the connections that you already had to spirit. I've been seeing spirit since I was little. All of my loved ones that, I went to their funerals and I had a, thank you, it's called peacock, yes, peacock, chalcopyrite, whatever, yeah. Peacock pyrite is what I call it. Anyways, so like I was saying, so I've always had a connection to spirit. I've always had connections to family members. Most of the family members, especially those that I've been really close to, have always come back to me in my dreams. My father being one, my uncle being another, my cousin being one as well. I've always had the ability to connect spiritually with my ancestors, and so that's a gift that I've always had. I think back to going to church. I never got saved, all right? Sorry you guys about that light behind me. I've never went up to the pulpit and got saved, ever. I did get baptized, but they sprinkle your little head or whatever and call it a day. And then I did at one point get submerged in the pool of water when I converted into being a Pentecostal, which was crazy. But the point is that, I was never really connected to Jesus. I was never connected to the idea of salvation and having something outside of myself save me, because I was born into sin. The story of Adam and Eve never sat well with me. I would always question, well, how did Eve come from Adam if only women can have babies? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the questions that I have for my pastor, and my pastor would always fucking write me off. And I would sit up here and I'll be like, what the hell is going on? So it's like, I always alchemically knew that something wasn't right, but it was like I needed the push of my ancestors. I needed some sort of spiritual spark to say, okay, sis, wake the fuck up. This shit ain't right. This shit ain't right. And so once I figured out that things weren't right, that things were you know, just things just weren't right. Something wasn't right is when I finally started to align myself with my purpose. I found out my purpose is teaching, is educating. I teach and I educate very well. I break things down in simple terms so that people can understand them without feeling like they have to I don't know, like look into like some sort of extracurricular study guide to like really understand the terminology. And I also, the point is, and 555, so I'll shade to that. But I also want you all to understand, like, you've got to do your own research. Like, you just can't sit up here and expect for, Shalom or the next person or whoever you may listen to give you all the answers, especially since we all interpret things at our own consciousness. You have to interpret things at your own consciousness. All right. You have to be able to interpret things with your own understanding of life overall, and also with your purpose in alignment with the knowledge. Okay. So yes, there's some things that are concrete, but then there's things that you interpret differently. And there's 15 million ways to skin a cat. There's a few different ways to fry an egg, but it's still an egg. There's a few different ways to cook chicken, but it's still fucking chicken. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So it's like, it's still going to be the knowledge. It's just how you interpret it. It's how you ingest it, how you interpret it, and how you give it back out. That's the only difference. All right. Just like when we do spells, like the spells that we do, love spells, money spells, man, these fucking spells have been done for years, centuries. But we're putting our own spin on it because it's our own consciousness. It's our own alchemic makeup. It's our own quantum physics. It's our own world. It's our own universe. We all live in different universes. Right now, we're here together in this moment. But when we get off this video, we're going to go off into our own dimensions, we're our own universes, and create our own makeup, our own alchemic makeup within those universes. It's not going to be the same until we come back together as a collective. And then we take that information, we download it, we interpret it how we do based on our own life circumstances, based on our own alchemic makeup. And then we go disperse into the world and we take that energy and we may exchange it or we may hold it in for ourselves. So in order to become royalty, you have to learn or at least know something about alchemy. All right. You have to know something about the ability and the reason as to why, we want to change the way we think, the things that we want to do. So, that's just my take on shit. Doesn't mean that I'm right. Doesn't mean that I'm wrong. Doesn't really fucking mean a damn thing. But it does mean that, we all have more learning to do. We all have more interpreting to do. We all have so much more. Hold on, y'all. Let me park. Because, Black people, we need to focus and park real quick. Damn parallel parking and shit. I'm in the city. All right. But anyways, like I was saying, so it just shows you that we have so much more to learn. We have so much more to do. And look at this right here on my odometer. It says 77999. So come on now, spirit. So, I think I completed a level. How about that? I just completed a level by telling y'all this shit. You see what I'm saying? So, you complete so much more by just, investing into yourself, investing into the knowledge, investing into wanting to level up within your own time frame to become a more alchemically sound person. All right. So don't forget that to become a more alchemically aligned person, it's all about your universe, number one. But also, even though it's all about your universe and how you interpret things and how you see things fit through your own life, you have to also remember universal law. Okay. You have to also remember the 42 laws of balance, the 42 laws of Ma'at, and how those are interpreted, through not only through the actual wording that it's meant to be, but also of course how you take it and alchemically change it for yourself. Okay, so with that being said, I think I'm about to head up in this bar. I'm down here at downtown Silver Spring, which is in Maryland. It's another like little mini city that has like all these little nice little bars and everything. And I'm about to get some hookah. And yes, I'm by myself, as I always am. I told you guys, like, freedom comes when you don't need the validation from other people. Like, I used to go out and I used to be like, yeah, nah, so I'm not going out by myself, because I used to be like, oh, I can't go out by myself, like I'm gonna look crazy. And now I'm like, shit, I don't want to go out with a motherfucking person, because they just gonna fuck up my vibe. Like, they gonna mess up me trying to network with people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I just I just want to be by myself. Like, I meet some of the most interesting people when I'm by myself. I give out my business cards more, because it's like I'm not so engaged in talking to other people. It's just me. It's just me. And so because it's just me, like, people feel more comfortable coming up to me, because I'm not with the entourage of women. You know, people just feel less intimidated. So I would definitely say, like, for those that are looking to go out and you're afraid to go out on your own, like, go somewhere local. Start off small, go somewhere local. Go to like a local bar, restaurant. Try not to go where people know you, like, no cheers moment. But try and go somewhere where, like, it's new, but it's close to home, so you feel more secure. You don't feel like, if something happens, you're so far away from home that you just feel uncomfortable. I have a car, so I do drive. So I would say, for those that don't have a vehicle, that are taking like public transportation, like, I wouldn't go out like too late at night. I would go out maybe like during happy hour, when like everyone's out and about, so in that way there's a crowd of people. If you can, carry mace, or carry like a weapon of mass destruction. Mine's is my little Smith and Wesson knife that I have. I used to have mace, but I left that at the strip club years ago, so I never went and got another one. Shit, my life. But anyways, I know y'all been commenting. If this person back up into my car, it's about to be holy hell let loose up out here. Right. Yeah. LV Diva say yes, the same for me. No one can answer. No, pastors are not in the business to answer your questions about spirituality, about religion. Like, that's not their job. Their job is to get your money and to get your soul. So don't let that shit fuck you up. What the fuck? All right, well, I hope that y'all got some gems out of this video, something a little bit different. I'm definitely going to be moving into more advanced subjects with you guys. I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time for y'all to level up. I feel like it's time to talk about more in-depth spiritual conversations. As I start to educate myself more, as I start to become more aligned with my, like, with, I guess, the things that spirit wants me to see, like, going forward, I definitely want to start sharing those things with you, as and not even that I'm going to be a master in it. We can definitely learn together, and I'm sure that some of you all have jewels that you want to drop as well. And I want to give you guys the ability to to do that. Again, because we're moving into another dimension. As of now, we've shifted into a new dimension. So I know that you guys can feel that. The closer we move to Saturn, the more we need to prepare and get ready. All right, because Saturn is the true sun. And so our Saturn return, we're returning back to the sun. We're returning back to Saturn. And for those that don't understand what I'm saying, these things just have to be, they have to be worked through. The thought process in which I am on right now, it has to be worked through. So some of you all may need to catch up, and that's okay. This information is not going to be for everyone. This new information is not going to be for everyone. I've done a lot of basic level stuff. I've covered all the chakras and different subjects within the chakras. I've covered a lot of information on this channel. I think I have, almost 300 videos on this channel. And I've covered crystals, I've covered altars, I've covered some spells, I've covered some rituals. I've covered a lot of basic stuff. But now it's time to level up. Now it's time to really start to get the ball rolling. Like, we got to get the ball rolling. This crystal shit, like, this ain't nothing. This crystals ain't nothing. Crystals, that's nothing. Tarot is nothing. Spell work is nothing. But when you're talking about, the Book of Enoch and the Emerald Tablets and all these other advanced knowledgeable things, everything is coded so that we don't understand what the fuck is going on. And I actually haven't read these books, so I don't want you guys to think that, I've read these books, because I haven't. But I definitely want to read them with you all and start to align and level up with because Spirit is pushing us. Some of us are resisting the level up. Like, Spirit really wants us to really focus in on, things stuff that we just need to open our eyes to, things that we need to be aligned with. Okay, so anyways, I ain't gonna keep talking our heads off, because I'm ready to go smoke some hookah and have another drink before I go in the house. I'm young, I'm young, wild, and free. Shit, like, that's just how I feel. I ain't got no kid right now. Like, I'm just out here doing me. I'm not going to sit up in the house and be blah, blah, blah. Like, crystals are charging. Money spray is charging. All Seth's Love Potion is charging. All of my manifestation jars are charging. So I'm going to just get out here and have some fun. Like, fuck, shit. I don't have no work to do right now. I want to get out and have fun and do me and, turn up a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Life is all about balance. So if you think that you just have to be so spiritual all the time, then you got the game fucked up. I'm sorry. Just go back to being a Jesus lover, because that's what Christians do. They fake like, they fake like shit just has to be all about being a goody two-shoe and no secular music. Like, just, life is about balance. Like, have a little fun, live a little bit sometimes. Like, live a little bit sometimes. Our ancestors want us to live and have fun. So do that, but do it with, the mindset of positivity. Don't make yourself feel guilty after you've done it. Okay? Y'all see I got the money green nails on, because we manifesting that creativity and abundance and prosperity energy. So I switched up my nails. I'm gonna be going on vacation next week. I'm going to Miami. So if you in Miami next week, let me know, because I'm gonna be in that motherfucker. Turn up. Anyways, I love y'all so much. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll check you guys in the next video. Peace. And hey, look, if you didn't do no releasing, if you didn't do a ritual last night, you still have tonight and tomorrow to get your shit together. Get your crystals outside so they can charge. Get your ass outside so you can charge, okay? But y'all need to do releasing. It's still some people in here. What the pastor say? It's still some people in here that need to be saved. It's still some motherfuckers in here that need to release. So get the releasing. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You. Right there. You made moon water? Yes! Oh my God, I'm so excited. I haven't had moon water in months. So I'm excited to like drink my moon water and to see my vibration just raise. Even like I told you guys, I'm taking the Ashira Star Goddess elixir, and I am going to do an official review on it. I just wanted to at least get the elixir in my system for a couple weeks before I came and spoke, because I wanted to have a genuine outlook on the elixir. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, this elixir is the is the truth. And I'm literally ordering phase, because I skipped phase 1 and went to phase 2. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you about this shit. But anyways, I'm about to order phase 1. And yeah, so but I'm on phase 2 right now, even though I skipped it, because you know I just feel like I'm just cosmically already aligned queen. I said fuck it, I'm gonna go to phase 2. God damn it. But I'm about to get phase 1. So lesson learned, even though it didn't do anything bad, but I just know I need to go through all of it to really redesign my alchemy. And these elixirs are alchemically changing my DNA, the way I think, the way I move, the way I process, the way I regurgitate information. So just know that there are ways besides your mind to alchemically change yourself. You can do elixirs, you can do herbal packs, meditation. There's just so many ways to raise your frequency, and I'll be doing a video on that very soon as well. But y'all know I just want to have fun right now. It's the summertime shit. I'm ready to turn up. So I'll check y'all in the next video. Okay, peace.